Happy Wednesday, Houston. I'm K211 meteorologist Kim Castro. Did you notice how much nicer it feels out today? A huge humidity drop that we're enjoying right now. Dew points are at 50 or below. That means the air is bone dry, but look at the trend moving forward. Humidity is going to start to increase, and actually we've got some pretty significant changes coming our way. Rain is back in the forecast, and not just scattered isolated shower chances. We're talking about widespread rain. So we'll get to that in a moment, but first check it out. 78 degrees. We're down by 9 degrees compared to this time yesterday. The breeze out of the east at 13 miles an hour. The dew point's as good as can be in the 40s. High temperature today maxes out at 84, so we stay on the cooler side throughout the afternoon. Tomorrow, increasing temperatures and humidity just a little bit, and then by Friday, not only humidity in the air, but the potential for a couple of isolated showers. It's only at 30%. We really see that rain potential hike up as we go into our Saturday. So here's a snapshot of the next 5 days. So no rain today. A little bit of moisture around tomorrow. I think that's mainly going to be humidity. Could I see an isolated shower along the immediate coastline, Matagorda, Brazoria? Possible. By Friday, there could be a couple of showers ahead of this big front that moves in for our Saturday. We have made it a weather impact alert day. So what this means is you want to monitor the forecast pretty closely on Saturday for the potential of some issues on the roads, including high water spots, ponding, maybe localized street flooding. It's going to be poor visibility for our Saturday because of the nature of how much rain we're going to have and just how large those drops are going to be. It makes it hard to see. You don't want to be driving in that and having your windshield wipers working overdrive, trying to get a good vantage point, a good view. Not only are we going to see widespread rain, we could see thunderstorms, so lightning also going to be an issue for outdoor activities. If the kiddos had any games planned on Saturday, they're likely going to get postponed. And then I'm going to be monitoring the front for some gusty wind as well. So far, there's no severe weather outlook. However, I could see that evolving as we get closer to the timeline. So for now, monitor 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So it's a 12-hour window. It really is going to be an all-day event, several rounds of rain. The weather headlines are as follows. So nothing to worry about today. We talked about the cooler, drier forecast. Saturday's in red because it's a weather impact alert day. And then as we move towards next week, we're going to get a secondary front, and that's actually going to cool down our temperatures for the longer term. So that will be nice for everybody that's been wondering, where is fall? Let's look at future track. I'll start you off on Friday evening. The models right now don't have a lot of activity until we head into the overnight hours. So that's a look at Saturday, 5 a.m. Bryan College Station towards Montgomery, curving out towards the Katy Freeway down to El Campo. You'll notice the models have this bowing motion for the front, which does signal some potential for gusty wind alongside the really heavy rain that is going to be sweeping through the area. So most of us are going to see widespread rain on Saturday, and that's just round one of the rain because there's more of it out behind it, which should give us additional accumulation for the afternoon and evening. So from now to Friday, rain chances are low, accumulation is low. Maybe 1/10 of an inch of rain for the spots that do see a prefrontal shower. Saturday morning, this is just the morning totals. We're already seeing some spots picking up 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. The models are saying that that's going to be the scenario right through the heart of the city. So Montgomery, Harris County, a portion of Fort Bend down to the coastline. Now, as I take you through the rest of Saturday, those rain totals grow significantly. So we could see some spots that pick up 3 to maybe upwards of 5 inches of rainfall. And it's those spots that see the localized higher totals that are at risk for seeing not just ponding and not just high water, but maybe some localized street flooding too. So we haven't upgraded. Our Saturday flood risk now is a level 2, slight threat. Notice that is for all of Harris County. Montgomery, Walker, San Jacinto, Polk, Liberty, down to Chambers and Galveston. The only spots that are a slightly lower risk for seeing flooding, marginal, will be our western cities and counties. So that's Brenham, Washington, Austin County, Colorado, Wharton, down to Matagorda. Basically, we all need to be watching radar for the potential of some heavy rain with this first front that rolls in, making for a very stormy start to our weekend. As that clears out of the way, we've got a nice quiet forecast for our Monday, but by Tuesday, things are already ramping up again. Now, I don't think this particular front is going to squeeze out a ton of rain, maybe a couple of isolated showers. However, this will drag in some cooler air. So if you've been looking for that fall temperature drop, oh boy, here it comes. And it actually couldn't come at a better time because it's timing out to roll in for Halloween. So it'll make it feel nice and festive. Temperature-wise, we should be at 81 degrees for this time of year. So we are running on the warm side today through Friday. Then with the widespread rain, our temperatures are going to stay pretty suppressed in the mid-70s. Behind this first front that rolls in this weekend, we do start to see temperatures recover above average for this time of year into the mid-80s. But behind that next front that I showed you that comes in on Tuesday, look at the drop in temperatures, 70s, and not just for a day, but for a good stretch through the remainder of the work week into the weekend. So how does our Halloween shape up? Well, we're not going to have rain, which is great. It's not going to be a mess on the roads or on foot for the kiddos. 70s for the afternoon high temperatures. And then if you're going for a trick or treat at night, we will be cooling off into the 50s. So it's definitely going to be on the chilly side. So just plan to have a couple of jackets out there. Already cooler today, down by 10 degrees, like I showed you. Area wide, we are at least in the upper 70s, some of us starting to touch 80 degrees. Tomball, Brenham, you're at 80. Galveston's at 79. Your hump day is going to be really, really nice. So not much warmer than where we are right now. I think a lot of us top off in the low 80s. Remember, Bush, I think, gets up to around 84 degrees right at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, a mixture of sun and clouds. Galveston, cloudy, but really quiet, 79 there. The breeze out of the north, which is a drying breeze. So everything is nice and tame there. The Caribbean, though, is a lot more active. I'm looking at Tropical Storm Melissa. It's got a big convective field, and it actually has pretty good symmetry so far. So just has to get that organized center of circulation to start to build in even more and become a hurricane, which is expected to do over the next few days. In fact, the National Hurricane Center has now upgraded the intensity for Melissa, now forecast to become a major Category 3 hurricane. And for now, the cone has it spinning just south of Jamaica for a few days. So by Monday morning is when it's expected to get that Cat 3 hurricane status. And what it does from there, we'll have to monitor closely. But so far, the models are either splattering this to the east or to the west, not sliding into the Gulf. Luckily for us this time of year, those fall fronts really help to push any activity further south. But it goes without saying, hurricane season, it's still around through the end of November. So we definitely have to keep tabs on Melissa, especially because I wouldn't be surprised if it continues to grow in intensity and maybe even surpasses that Cat 3 and becomes a Cat 4. So an update once a day is a necessity. 7-day forecast looks like this. So quiet today, quiet tomorrow. I don't think a lot of us are going to see much activity as far as rain is concerned on Friday. I think most of us are going to see it Saturday, though. That's why it's a weather impact alert day, 70% chance for widespread downpours, a couple strong thunderstorms as well, with some gusty wind that could lead to power outages. I wouldn't be surprised. Then by Sunday, isolated rain showers, mainly in the morning. And then we're looking at a dry day on Monday. More activity returns on Tuesday. Remember, that cold front, not so much of a widespread rainmaker. Maybe we squeeze out a few showers from it. It really is going to be a temperature buster. So it's going to drop our high temperatures from the mid-80s to the mid-70s. So yep, lots of changes coming in that 7-day forecast. So make sure you get your next update at 4 o'clock with meteorologist Pat Kaplan. And then our chief meteorologist David Paul is here with you tonight at 5, 6, and 10. Happy Wednesday.